Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you the developments shaping market, capital access, and business decision-making across Jamaica and the region. Let's get into the stories that matter. Jamaica's consumer confidence grew by just under 6% during the first 3 months of the year, while business confidence declined by some 4.5% over the same period. These figures were reported during the first quarter release event hosted by the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce and GK Capital Management at the Terra Nova All Suite Hotel in Kingston. Data presented by Don Anderson, Executive Chairman of Market Research Services Limited, indicated that the computation of this top-line index is informed by perceptions of current and future business conditions, current and future job prospects, and personal income expectations. The most notable change occurred in labor market expectations, where consumers demonstrated improved confidence in job prospects. On the other hand, business confidence continued to trend downwards. In practical terms, firms were entering the first quarter of 2026 with heightened caution about future economic conditions, which may translate into more conservative decisions around investment, hiring, and expansion until there is clearer evidence of stabilization and recovery. Heads of businesses consistently highlighted concerns about the pending war and expectations of same on business outlook. President of the Incorporated Master Builders Association, Richard Mullings, told RJR News that stronger planning and less bureaucracy are critical to reducing the impact of infrastructure challenges on productivity and foreign exchange earnings. Mullings argues that lengthy delays between conceptualization and execution of projects often result in conditions on the ground changing significantly, forcing projects to be rescoped and causing further delays. He also pointed to late payments from the government to contractors as a major issue, noting that this leads to cost overruns, project setbacks, and inconvenience to the public. According to him, these delays contribute to prolonged traffic congestion, resulting in lost productive time and foreign exchange losses. For the trading period of April 21, 2026, the most actively traded securities were JMMB Group Limited 9.5% with 18,414,280 units, representing 35.36% of market sales activities. Trans-Jamaica Highway Limited US dollar shares with 12,060,280 units, representing 23.16% of market sales activities. Woodcats International Limited with 4,996,605 units, representing 9.59% of market sales activities. Investor activity remained concentrated in finance, transportation, and distribution plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market, based on Bank of Jamaica data for April 21, 2026, foreign traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. The US dollar had trading margins reflecting steady liquidity, with the US selling at $156.97 and buying at $158.93. For the Canadian dollar, moderate gains supported by $1.96 transaction spreads. The Canadian dollar sold for $116.78 and was bought for $115.19. In the British pound, continued volatility offered short-term trading opportunities of $1.46 in profits for the banks. The British pound sold for $212.71 and was bought for $211.25. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for businesses managing import costs, debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For our credit report tip of the day, For businesses looking for government contracts to fund their business, many procurement processes include financial due diligence. This can be very explicit through required disclosures or indirect via background checks and third-party verification. Your credit report often feeds into these evaluations. Even if it's not formally requested, lenders, bonding companies, and partners involved in your bid will assess it. If your financial profile doesn't meet their standards, you may never make it to the final decision phase. If your goal is to attract higher value clients, your credit strategy needs to be intentional. Pay obligations on time. Consistency matters more than perfection. Keep credit utilization low to demonstrate control over cash flow. Build relationships with financial institutions before you need them. Regularly review your credit report for accuracy and gaps. Separate personal and business credit to strengthen your professional profile. In our funded and focused feature, for women in the diaspora, keeping their Caribbean connections means that trust can open doors, but bias against women business owners can still show up. Working with people who share your culture can build trust faster. That trust can help you find funding and support. But it is also true that bias still exists in funding systems even when your networks grow. So this means connections help, but they're not the full solution. Strong systems are still needed to make things fair. Support is not just motivation, it is access. You need mentors who have already built businesses across countries, connectors who can introduce you to buyers, partners, and investors. Peer groups of women doing similar work in the Caribbean, the US, Canada, or the UK. So research from Women Entrepreneur Knowledge Hub shows women grow faster when they have strong networks and mentorship. So the goal is to be in rooms where decisions are made, not just discussed. And that's today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you clarity to capital markets and strategy. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.